The following program does not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts Fred and Janet Cox right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board right now, send us an email. Our email address is liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And now, right to your hosts of the Liquid Green Health Show, Fred and Janet Cox.
And welcome once again. This is the Liquid Green Health Show. It's another Sunday, July the 31st. It's the last Sunday of the month, last weekend in the month as well. And what are we going to do? This is the fun day. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We want to welcome our listeners right across Toronto, across the United States and around the world, from places like Denmark, Iceland, Jamaica.
What about the rest of Canada?
Yeah, the rest of Canada too, coast
Yeah.
to coast, Canada.
Right.
We have listeners in Germany, Israel, Kuwait, you name it. They're all over the world. So welcome across the various time zones. Today's broadcast, like all of our broadcasts, is for education and entertainment purposes only, designed to stimulate the mind and help bring us one step closer to living a healthier lifestyle. Today's show is sponsored by Liquid Green Products, Inc., producers of superior eco-green cleaning products for your home, office, car, or pets. And just want to let you know, folks, we are streaming on 3 unique platforms: Facebook at Liquid Green Products, Inc., YouTube at Liquid Green Health Show. Excuse me. We want you to like, share, and, make a comment, and of course subscribe.
Watch, right?
Get it going. We want to get those likes, getting up there. So if you're looking at this show on YouTube, please click on that button down below, subscribe, and like us.
From what we've heard, now we're getting to be marketing gurus. It's not just the liking, it's actually watching.
The viewing.
It's the views.
That's more important.
It's the views that's
right?
more important. So if you don't get to see it today, that's why we do it, so you can always view
always
later.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Also, send us your emails at liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. Let us know where you're listening from. We want to get those emails. We've been getting a lot of emails during the week, and people are still sending us jokes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We're still sending in jokes.
Blonde jokes.
Oh man, we're getting all
We are
kinds of
going to
jokes.
read them though.
We're
As
gonna
long
read a
as
few
they
of them.
keep coming, we're going to read them, right?
Right. My name is
Yeah.
Fred Cox, and my beautiful host here is Janet Cox, and together we are going to be keeping your company for the next hour or so. We got an email. I'm just going to go right into it. We got an email from someone. Her name is, I didn't put the name. Oh, no, this is from Tom. Tom
Okay.
from Atlanta. He wrote in last week and he
Yeah.
said, enjoying the topic today. I'm recording the show. It is so helpful. Now, thanks. That's a good idea to record. But just want to remind you folks that if you missed the show,
No
you can
need to
always
record,
catch it
right?
back,
Yeah.
because we are on YouTube. You can get all of our past recordings.
And
on YouTube.
Spotify, if they don't need
Spotify
to watch
as well.
and just listen,
Yeah,
then it's on Spotify.
just go to
right?
Spotify and type
Okay.
in Liquid Green Health Show, and you can get all of our past recordings in that. So today, we don't have any guests.
Yep.
We're just going to be talking among ourselves. It's a conversational piece today.
Yeah.
We're going to be telling you, it's more like a throwback.
Mhm.
Right? We're going to be reminiscing on the shows that we've done. Would you believe it? We've been on the air. This
7
is our
months.
7th month.
How time flies, Cox.
Yep. 7 months now we've been on the air. It's been
like,
exciting. It's been a learning experience.
I'll cut in for a minute. If you're married, it's the 7 year.
The 7 year itch.
So now for the show, it's the 7 month itch.
So we're gonna have some kind of argument today. The 7 month itch.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's been exciting, a learning experience, some nervous moments. When you haven't done this for a period, if it's your first venture into this,
but it's fun.
Foray, you'll find that you're gonna have the nerves tingling just before you get in here. But yes, it has been fun, and we're looking forward to many more Sundays with our wonderful guests.
And we want to really thank all our listeners because 7 months, and there's not 1 month when we have not added. I mean, we've not
increased our listenership
by at least a couple hundred, right?
Yes, so and that's good. It's wonderful. Our listenership has grown exponentially over the weeks. Yeah. And I really want to say a very special thank you.
And that's all because of you, right, Fred?
Yeah, I'm the best looking guy you can have.
I set you up for that, thinking you're going to return the compliment. That no, Janet, I couldn't have done it without you.
You said me, so I have to
so come on now. When somebody blows you a compliment,
let the audience do the work,
and you throw it back, right? No, it's all about Fred.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's all about Gary. It's all about Fred.
That's right. Hey, that's a new show. Welcome to All About Fred.
Yeah, all about Fred.
Anyway, right.
But as I said, this is a throwback Sunday.
Yeah.
But before we go, start reminiscing, I want to talk about this weekend. This has been a wonderful weekend in Toronto. It's a long weekend, but not just a long weekend. It's the 55th year of celebration of Caribbean Festival in Toronto, formerly known as Caribana. Right, Caribana has been around since 1967.
Just before you continue, we're gonna have Mike show a picture.
Mike, if you could show some of those still pictures that we have
while we talk about
Caribana, you could just pop them up on the screen there for us. As I was saying, Caribana is in its 55th year of celebration, and it's really this was like the coming out, because we've had 2 years. Of absolutely nothing.
2 or 3 years? 3 years?
It might have been 3 years. Yeah.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah. Because of the COVID pandemic.
Oh my gosh!
It has really brought out, I think, a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement. People wanted to come to see this festival. Those that have not been here.
The parade.
They went to the parade, so that was fun for them. That this was their first time.
You know what? I think Caribana attracts so many visitors from outside of Canada. People come from Europe. I remember when my sister, they came from France to take in the parade, And yet the other day we were talking to a friend, and he said, I have not been to Caribana for 27 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So many people
you live in the city?
How could you?
Fred and Janet, if you can hear me, you're locking up and we're losing your signal.
I'm not seeing the picture. That's
Gary?
supposed to be.
Yes, Fred. Could you hear me, Fred?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, once in a while, you guys totally chop out where we don't hear any of your audio, whatever. So I believe you may have something going on your end there.
Yeah, my screen has suddenly gone gray, but if the audience could still hear us, we will continue to chat until this corrects itself. I'm not sure why.
Well, it's doing it again if you can hear me. And when you chop out like that, you're not going over the air for the radio.
We're off the air. No, in and out, in and out.
Fred, maybe
I think you're gone again.
If you can hear me, Fred and Janet, maybe you want to log out everything and come back in, and Mike can keep showing the pictures, and we can do that.
You can hear me okay, Gary?
I can hear you, Mike. We're live
Okay,
over
good.
the air right now, Reality Radio 101. So hopefully
Sure.
Fred and Janet will log back on and we'll be there. And folks, in the meantime, stand by and we'll wait back for Fred and Janet.
Okay, I'm going to let them back in.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello, Fred and Janet. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but I mean, my screen just went gray.
This is the day we find my co-host.
You know what that means? I can tell you exactly what that means.
What's
folks and folks at home, listen to this advice. They need some liquid green products to clean that screen. See, the problem is it's the dust on the screen.
Oh, that's what it is. I thought it was this beautiful lady that I'm seeing on the screen
right now. Well, that could be as well, but I think, folks, liquid green health products is the way to go to solve all your computer problems.
Absolutely, I agree, right?
Thank you for that.
So, Gary, were you able to continue our show while we were
it was
off
only
air?
a few seconds. Yes, we were just talking a little bit, but overall, you're back, and we're glad you're back.
Great. Okay. So, can folks see those beautiful pictures on the screen? Mike, can
I'm still
on YouTube. Oh, they're beautiful, and these pictures were actually we're seeing them. We decided to show these because our son, we're so proud of him. You hear, his ads, and he did these pictures, blacktux.photography.ca.
These pictures are compliments of Black Tux.
Great.
Oh my gosh, I think I just Yeah, so as we were saying about Caribana, it's its 55th year in the celebration. It is a Caribbean expression of the culture, and you have bands, the costumes are and everything is they express a certain theme. It might be nature, it might be something cultural.
And it's competition. It's a competition. They get judged. The bands get judged for the way they present themselves and the orchestration. And,
So if you've never been here, if you happen to be listening to us from wherever, whatever part of the world, and you've never seen a Caribbean festival, you need to come to the city.
Formerly known as Caribana, and that's what I choose to call it because most people still call it Caribana, don't they?
Yes.
Right.
So you need to come to the city, our beautiful city at this time of the year. You would be amazed.
But you know what?
Goes on.
You know what, Frederick? Like we talk about Caribana because we're from the Caribbean, but this weekend in Toronto, oh my God, I think there was a Latino festival.
All kinds of festivals.
There was a festival down at Downsview Park with rock bands. I mean, Toronto is such a vibrant place for entertainment.
It is.
Right? I think even, what's his name? The rapper.
Drake?
Toronto, Drake. Yeah. I think he had something going on.
Yes, he had something going on this weekend as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is supposed to be a health show. So I want to get back to the health aspect of it. We're not an entertainment show, but these things are happening in the city, and we have to talk about it.
Always we say if something is fun and it's entertaining, it's going to be good for your health.
Yes.
That has been the theme. If we went back to Spotify and checked like our old shows, when I look at them, in terms of analyzing what we've done, what we've accomplished.
Yes.
So many of our guests, there's been a common theme.
Yeah, we started off with the very first episode was with
Mike Whiteley. And he was into fitness.
Right.
And guess what? That's when we announced the weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
And for folks,
nothing is happening, folks. I'm going to tell you the truth about this weight loss challenge.
You lie. No, I am just about to announce. No. I am a winner. Gang on.
I'm not lying.
I am a winner.
Okay,
I lost over 10 pounds.
You did?
I did. Pounds? Yes, I did.
Wow.
I lost 10 pounds. I am a winner. and you need to take me out for dinner to celebrate. And this happened in the month of June when I was in Jamaica, folks. Where's our picture? When I was in Jamaica, I went to the beach, no word of a lie, almost every day for 5 weeks. 2 hours walking and swimming, and that helped a lot.
Okay.
Right? So, and my brother's cooking. According to my brother, Brian, he says he only uses the natural seasoning, the green onion, the ginger, the garlic, not a lot of the powder stuff.
So you're saying that
it helped. And eating crab and lobster instead of meat.
So you're saying the weight challenge
was a success. But
well, Kira is not here to.
I was about to say that.
Kira's not here to
defend
challenge
herself.
you on that. So we're not going to get into that, but we'll keep you posted, folks, on this weight
It's true.
loss.
No word of a lie. It's true.
Just weight loss.
And I feel very proud of myself. This dress is old. I've had this for many years. And a few years ago, I could not fit into it. And today it was just like zip, zip. It feels so good when you've lost those 10 pounds. It really does feel good.
Okay, going to continue with the throwback theme. Episode 2 on the Liquid Green Health Show, we talked about the immune system.
Yeah.
And we had a guest on.
Penny Williams.
We had Penny Williams on.
Good friend Penny.
Yes.
Yep.
And she talked about optimizing our immune system and the importance of doing that. She gives some very good tips as to what the immune system was all about, and how we can optimize our health by taking care of that aspect of our body. Right. And then in episode three we had we talked about winterizing. Winterizing our home.
How far away that feels right now, right?
Right.
But in Canada, everything you do in the winter, there is a corresponding list of things that you need to do in the summer. And then of course in the fall, every season, it's like your clothes. You're constantly taking out and putting away. Same for your home, right? So we're not going to go through these episode by episode, but as we say.
But we also had an episode on mental illness. I almost said illness. Mental illness. Where we learned the dynamics of self-healing, and that was a very interesting topic.
Ananias, Ayodele. Remember, she spoke so much about that and the importance of self-healing. So did Cheryl Chong.
Yes,
right.
The importance of the dynamics of self-healing, and then we had things like.
Don't forget Sharon Chambers.
Oh yeah,
Sharon was on, and Sharon, sweet person. She still continues. She has a practice now, but I think she has a group every week, and I've tuned in sometimes, but they do the meditative,
and stuff.
How to induce calmness and strength into your daily life, right?
Right. And then we also talked about, we had an episode where we talked about Irish moss.
Yeah.
The wonderful, benefits that you can get from using Irish moss. Is considered to be a superfood, very powerful.
And that's one of the things that we're going to be doing in the future, in the months ahead. We're going to talk about that in more detail later, but in the months ahead, we want to talk about certain things. For example, I brought this up. You mentioned Irish moss. Do you know what this is? Castor oil.
Looks like castor.
It's castor oil from Jamaica. And people have been asking, we have had friends ask, and we have had some emails asking to talk about some of the products that we use. That, for example, Mike, are you familiar with Mike Orgera? Are you familiar with castor oil?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. What do you use it for?
When I was a kid, my mom used to give it to us.
To drink, right?
Yeah.
Awful tasting thing.
Like a purge.
It's a purge.
Yeah. And
cleanse.
Yeah, and it's been used for a lot of things for a long time, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
But it was given to us every once in a while, I think, to keep us regular or
right.
So for sure.
And something I just found out about it this week is that you can you don't even have to take it internally. You can just rub it on your stomach at night before you go to bed. Just rub and rub, and it will have the same effect without
And
the nasty taste. Amazing.
It's in a lot of skincare products. I know
Yes,
that.
Yes,
it is.
it is.
Okay,
Yes.
so those are some of the things. So we did talk
Right.
about Irish moss,
Yes,
and we will be talking about some of the other products, right?
right.
What to use and what not to
And what
use.
not to use,
Mhm.
right. Before you get to
Mhm.
the next subject,
Mhm.
we got an email from Karen, and she's in Vancouver, right? And she said, excellent topic today. Please remind your listeners that there are a lot of crap being sold or pushed on TV that promotes products and services that do absolutely nothing for the
Mhm.
human body. They are scams, and people should do their research. And you are so right about that, Karen. And that's, there are a multitude of products on the market
Mhm.
that have they make a lot of claims, even though they're not supposed to.
Right.
And, people buy it, and then they find out that these things don't work. So what we're going to be doing as time goes on, we are going to be introducing products that we know have been well researched. Some of the products have been researched for as much as 30, 40 years, and they have proven results, and they work.
And stuff that we're familiar with that
Yeah.
we can say
We
that
can share
yes, we have
these
used
products.
it and feel confident in sharing.
Yeah. And
Right.
not only would we be not promoting, but showcasing these products,
Mhm.
we would have people with the experience, people that can talk about the
Representing.
science
Yes.
and the benefits of using these products to give a pretty good understanding as to why these products are good in maintaining a healthier lifestyle.
Right. So there are so
Right.
many companies. There's at least 6 that come to mind, and we're going to be inviting them, to represent.
Yeah.
And
Come
to
on the
talk.
show and tell us about your products and why should people be using them.
Who were some
Right.
of the other guests that we had?
In the past,
Yes.
we had I gotta go to my notes.
Sharu. I remember Sharu, and she talked about yoga.
Yes.
Right.
She did.
Sharu
She has a
Pura.
yoga studio,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
She came on and she talked about the benefits, the health
It was
benefits of yoga.
Badass yoga.
And
The breathing. The breathing.
Yeah, the breathing and
Right.
stuff like
Mhm.
that, right? We also talked about
You did a couple of sessions on liquid green. Where we talked
growing
about
your
how
garden the
to-
way nature intended. I think I talked about that.
Yeah.
About the
Plant mate.
plant mate that we
Ah.
have that can be used for growing your garden,
Mhm.
producing beautiful flowers or vegetables or whatever you have,
Right.
without the use of
Mhm.
harsh, toxic chemicals.
Now,
Right.
Trudeau, just a week ago, made an announcement. Are you aware of
Yeah,
what he said? I think you brought it to my attention.
Yeah, I came across an article where the Prime Minister was saying that Canada is going to start
Curtailing the use.
of toxic fertilizers.
Yeah.
And I think he upset a few people.
Yes, very
Which is
controversial.
understood.
Mhm.
I mean, people, that's their livelihood,
Mhm.
using these chemicals to grow food. All right. But at the same time, what he's saying is that by using the overuse of these chemicals is putting a toxic footprint into the environment, and Canada wants to cut back on that.
If we are
Which
smart,
is
we
good.
can capitalize on that, right?
Yes.
Because our products, if it's used, a plant made, if it's used with a fertilizer, will diminish the effect of the fertilizer while still being good for the plant.
Yeah, the
correct?
whole idea is to
Mhm.
reduce the use of the toxic chemicals. And by using plant mate, what you're doing is you are giving the plant the proper nutrients that it needs and reducing the toxic footprint. All right.
Okay.
And so those are some of the things we're going to be doing those are some things that we did rather.
Mhm.
As we go forward, as I said, we are going to be introducing quite a few health products
Mhm.
that we believe could benefit our listeners. All right.
Okay. So should we read a few emails?
Yeah, you have any?
Yep.
Okay.
We have quite a few new ones.
Okay, while you're looking for that, I was sent a joke. We've got quite a few jokes that
The
came in.
jokes keep coming.
Yes,
Oh my
but
goodness.
somebody sent
People
me
love
this
that
one.
that episode on laughter, right?
Yeah, I'm going to read this joke to you, but there's a word in the joke, duck. And if you're not familiar with the game cricket,
Okay.
right? Duck means zero.
Okay.
That's how it's expressed. Like the batsman went in and he scored a duck.
Okay.
Means he didn't have any, they make any runs. So I'm just going to read this joke. For those of you who are familiar with cricket, you'll kind of get it.
Who sent this in? Do you know?
I don't remember who sent it, but it came in as a text to me. And basically, a husband wanted to call the hospital to ask about his pregnant wife, but he accidentally called a cricket stadium. And he asked, "How's the situation?" And he was shocked and nearly died having, when he heard the reply. They said, "It's fine. 3 are out. Hope to get another 7 out by lunch." The last one was a duck. Right? So I don't know if you got it. All right. But that's a joke. I'm not good at telling jokes, but
no, it's hard. This is what our last guest, our comedian, Quinn. Remember he
Quincy,
said Quincy, right? It's very difficult to tell a joke.
It is.
Without an audience.
Without an audience, right? But we have an audience. So, but the thing is, we can't see the reaction, right? So you don't know the body language. You don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they laugh, but maybe we should have our own laugh track when you say these jokes, right?
Right.
Okay, Gary, next time, we need our own laugh track.
Okay.
Okay. Hannah says, this is a new one. Hannah, she said, if you notice cows sleeping in a field, does that mean it's past your bedtime?
What was that?
It's hard, right? Pasture. So does that mean it's past your bedtime?
Past your bedtime. Oh, okay.
These, we're going to stop reading them because they're hard to come across, right? This is from Brita, and Brita says, hello to Liquid Green. All your radio shows have been very productive for our health. Thank you for that. Besides all natural cleaning products, do you sell any vitamins or health foods? And
yes.
Brita, that is what we are going to be.
We're going to be talking
introducing
about those.
And making.
We do have a few products that we are confident ourselves because we've been using them for years. And that's why it looks so good, right?
So stay tuned, Brita, and you will get some,
That's
some
why
that
I look
refer.
and sound so fabulous. You're supposed to help me with that. You're supposed to say something.
Yes, dear.
We will be introducing, we have some guests that we have been talking to, and we will be bringing them on the show for them to tell us about their product and the benefits that that can be derived from using these products. Okay?
And Jason also sent in, we can't see it, but Jason also sent in a fabulous picture of his Caribana experience. So he was down there.
That came in
just now. Yeah.
Wow. Sorry you can't see this, folks, but
okay. Roy says, congrats on 7 months. Love the Caribana Festival, as it is amazing. Like your show. He loves the food. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right.
If you have
Roy,
never tasted dishes from the Caribbean, your life is missing something. You have to, visit a Caribbean restaurant. There are lots of them in the city. The food is sumptuous. Right, and you certainly will fall in love with the Caribbean by just having a nice, spicy, succulent dish. Now, I want to take this time to remind our folks, if you have just joined us, that you're listening to the Liquid Green Health Show here on Reality Radio 101. If you're viewing this on YouTube, please press that button down below, subscribe, like, share. We want to, get your comment as well. You can also catch all of our past broadcasts on Spotify. Just type in the Liquid Green Health Show, and all of our broadcasts will pop up on that. Right. So thanks for joining us.
So one of the other ideas. I mean, we have such a wealth of ideas that we want to bring on. And have you ever been to the supermarket and you see something, a fruit or something that you've never had, and you never buy it?
Yes.
Because you don't know what
You
it
don't
is.
know what to do with it.
You don't know
Right.
how to cook it. For example, green bananas. I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody, mostly Canadian, who have said, how do you cook that? Because she said, I always buy just ripe bananas. How would you answer that? Like, what do you tell folks like that?
I've had the same question posed to me. And I basically said, I told him what to do, you know. You can cut the ends off if you wish. You don't have to, but split it down the middle. Wash it off, of course, because some of them might have, you know, residue from whatever. I use the liquid green.
Of course, vegetable wash.
Veggie wash, and I wash it off, right?
Yeah.
And you put how many bananas you like to cook. You put it in a pot with water.
Boiling water.
Boiling water. And you can add a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
If you don't want salt, that's fine. Just put it and let it boil.
And then you
After
eat
a few minutes, 5-6 minutes, and it's cooked, you can test it with a fork. It's soft. If the fork goes right through, take it out, remove the skin, put it in the plate, and bang.
And it's eaten just with a meat dish like you would eat potatoes. So there it is. So on the health show, on the Liquid Green Health Show, we're going to be talking about things like that.
Yeah.
Introduce you to a few foods, something that might be unfamiliar. It's a learning curve for us as well.
Yeah. You know,
I remember pitahaya, the fruit that we didn't know what it was, dragon fruit, but we wouldn't buy it. Right. And then, you know, Frederick brought one home, and then it was like, oh my God, this is so
it's
good.
Like heaven.
It's so the whole idea is to encourage, because so many of these things, apart from just the apples and the pears that we get here in North America,
very nutritious,
you know,
very nutritious.
Canada is such a multicultural world. Southern Ontario is perhaps the most multicultural place on the planet. Yeah. Right. So we have so many opportunities that we're going to be bringing. So introducing new things to people.
You know what's another item in the supermarket that a lot of people do not know how to use? Cassava.
Okay.
Or yucca.
Right. We will talk about that.
We'll talk
right.
about that.
We will talk about
something. I see it in the supermarket, and a lot of times it's spoiling. Because number one, they don't know how to take care of it. So
the health benefits of some of these alternative foods, it's amazing. The same with teas. We're going to be
talking about that, the different types of teas that have a lot of nutritional benefits that, you know,
apart from just green tea, right?
Yeah, apart from just the regular green tea that you see out there, or, you know, so stay tuned. We are going to be bringing you things that are not exotic, but things that other cultures are familiar with, that they get a lot of healthy nutritional benefits by using them on a regular basis, right?
Okay. The teas that you make, it's amazing, the teas that my husband concocts on a nightly basis. Sometimes he'll put 2 or 3 different ones, like guinea hen weed if you're Jamaican.
I'm telling you, folks, you want to know why I look so good, you know, why I'm so handsome.
Okay, enough. It's not the tea.
But plus, no, I do not drink the regular teas in the supermarkets
all the time,
simply because I don't like them. Once in a while, I might, you know, try them, you know, but I don't really like them because of how they're grown. A lot of these teas are grown with a lot of toxic chemicals, and we get into that when the time comes. But as Janet said, yes, I do have my own concoction that I put together.
And you know, the Canadian customs, when we come back from, if you're going to America, forget it. You can't bring anything back. I mean, you know, I guess they're so paranoid. But the Canadian immigration, when you come back from a trip, at the customs, you really are allowed to bring in anything. You could bring in a piece of yam. You could bring in a whole basket of lemongrass, or, you know, guinea hen or leaf of life. And they don't question you.
I think it's because the Canadian culture is more, not just liberal, but more educated on these types of
and receptive.
And they're receptive to it. And that's the reason why you you don't have that much of a hassle.
Bringing the stuff in. So we
bringing
bring
these
in
products.
quite a bit. The sorrel. Gary, have you ever had sorrel?
No, I have not.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. So
In some cultures, it's called hibiscus.
Mhm.
All right, and it's the flower of the plant that is used, and you steam it, put it in hot water, and it makes a
Oh, it's so
wonderful drink.
good. And so
Wonderful.
many cultures use this. And I think Jamaicans are one of the only places that at Christmas time, we put rum in it.
Yeah,
And
they
it's a
always do
Christmas
things.
drink.
I know they always do things different.
We spice it up,
Yeah,
right?
spice it up.
But we
it's
will be
still
introducing those different kind of healthy teas to your health,
Yeah.
right? What else are we going to be doing, Cox?
Once again, folks, let me just remind you that you're listening to the Liquid Green Health Show here on Reality Radio 101. You can catch us live on YouTube at Liquid Green Health Show. You can also catch all of our past broadcasts on Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, please press that button down below, subscribe, like, share, take a good time to view us. All right. We really do appreciate your support. Okay?
Now, Trudy, I've talked about Trudy. You met Trudy actually when I was in Jamaica, my sister-in-law. And she actually called and she said, Janet, Frederick, we need to do a show about the thyroid.
Okay.
It seems to be an issue for so many people that it's one of the things that they never ever think that's the problem.
Okay.
Right? And I know me
That's the
personally.
regulator. That's your thermostat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've had a thyroid problem since I was 19.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about the thyroid. I didn't know at the time how important it was. So not just the thyroid, but the cancer, right? We're going to be talking about not just different types of cancer, but sometimes why is it more aggressive in certain races? And why is it there's no cure after all these years?
That's
is there
a
any
big
kind
question.
of conspiracy going on?
That's a big
You know?
question.
And how
all the
the
research-
pandemic actually created a lot of stress for people with cancer
that needed that vital treatment.
and weren't being diagnosed on time
Right.
and waiting to go to the doctor.
Right.
Just so much that we can cover, right?
Okay.
Mental my
Mental
girlfriend
illness.
says, don't say mental illness, say mental wellness,
Okay.
right? Hilsa,
Okay.
she always says mental wellness.
Mental
So
wellness.
that's an area that
That's a huge
we can't spend too much time on that,
yeah,
right?
that's
It's
a big
just
topic.
always
We definitely
needed.
have to have an expert in that field to come in and discuss the
So,
topic.
Frederick, one of
What
the
about-
things we said
no.
we're going to talk about as the different organs in the body as well. What do you think? What do you think is the most important organ in the body?
An organ or a part?
Well, I didn't want you to dissect my question, just what comes to mind.
No,
if I said to
I
you,
need to know.
what's the most important thing, organ in your body?
Okay, if it's an organ, I would say the most important organ in the body, heart. If it's a part, then I'll have to say something else.
What would you say?
If it's a part,
Okay.
no. If it's a body part,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not talking about the organs.
Mhm.
It's just a body part. Your penis.
I don't have one. So why would that
But
be
you're
the more
asking
important?
me. No, you're
Okay.
asking me. You're asking me.
All
What I
right.
would consider the most important.
Oh.
You're asking
Gary,
me.
who found that? Was that Mike or Gary?
Yeah, thank you.
That's the crowd here in the studio. You know, we give away a few tickets every week to
Oh
come
dear.
and sit and listen to your show, and that's your crowd here.
Okay.
So thank you for that. See, the crowd agreed with me.
Oh
if,
dear.
if you're asking me,
Mhm.
what is the most important part?
Okay, body
Right.
part.
Yeah.
Yes, for you.
The
Sure.
penis.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
I think all parts are important. And I don't know. There is a joke. I am not going to try to tell it because it never works for me.
I bet you
But
get
it's
an email. I bet you get emails in the next few
Mhm.
minutes or so, saying that I'm correct.
I'm sure. Who's that? Was it Don that always talks about that? I think. No, you threw me off. It was a joke about the
I
body.
threw you off with the penis then. I threw you off.
Oh my gosh. You've really thrown me off.
No, you see what a penis can do? Just throw you off.
Anyway, folks, for our listening audience, let's get back on track. There is a joke, which I'm not going to tell, but it's, if I wish I have a friend, he is so good. A couple of friends, they're so great at telling jokes. And every time I say, I'm going to try and remember, and you never can. But this is a really old one. And it's just all the body parts talking. The brain is saying, oh, I'm the most important because, of course, you know, without me, whatever. And then the lungs chime in and the eyes and the nose and everything. And quietly, the last thing to speak is the anus. Yeah. And it says, well, you can always compete. I'm just going to stop working. I'm just going to take some time off and stop working. Right. And of course, we know. So
I'm going to shut up and not do anything and see what happens. Huh?
So the gut, right? I noticed we are still going to talk about.
We have to address the gut, the importance, the biome, you know, which is in the gut. We have to address that because it is so important. Everything that you eat, you know, to stay healthy, where does it go? It goes into the gut first. So if the gut is not functioning properly, then it can't, the rest of the body cannot process whatever it is that you're putting in, can't get the full benefits of those nutrients that you're putting in. See, somebody wrote in, see?
Yeah, that's Bob. He says, to the best health gurus on the planet.
But he didn't mention the penis.
Happy long, no.
I need somebody to agree with me.
Oh dear, but it certainly is not going to be Hannah.
Come on, folks, you have to send in these emails. You know, I need some support here.
Okay, here's a joke. Here's one. I told you, Don is always good at sending this in. He says, 3 men are captured by female savages and are told their penises would be removed in a manner appropriate to their jobs. The first was a lumberjack, so his would be chopped off. The second was a butcher, so this would be sliced off. The third man started laughing. The females asked what was so funny, and he replied, I worked for Dyson. Actually, I love that. Dyson, if you don't know, is a vacuum cleaner, right? So we need not analyze that joke any further. I love it. Okay. But seriously, Frederick, your lungs, right?
Yeah.
Breathing, we will definitely have
breathing. Yeah, we're gonna be touching on that because the importance of breath cannot be understated.
It's the number one,
you can't live
most
without it.
important.
That's the number one thing.
And teeth.
Yeah.
We should try and get a dentist in.
We're going to try and get a dentist in to really discuss the importance of taking care, oral care.
Yeah.
Oral care. You know, if I knew back then what I know now about proper oral care, I would not have so many missing
blank spaces.
So many blank spaces, so many valleys in my mouth. But we learn and we try our best to take care of what we have left. You know, years ago, I used to listen to a station in the United States in Buffalo. Forgot the name.
Go ahead.
But there was an ad that they would play on a regular interval. And part of the ad says, your teeth are supposed to last a lifetime.
Correct.
Right? And that is so true. As kids, we take, you know, oral care for granted. Some of it has to do with ignorance from our parents, not, you know, letting us know the importance. And then as we get to a certain age, we start using our teeth as bottle openers. You open beer with your teeth and, you know, you damage it.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the next life,
But-
I would.
But
take a
things
look.
have changed so much. That's one of the areas in dental care
Mhm.
where the technology is so advanced now
Yes.
that even if you have no teeth, you can do implants. I mean, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can still eat sugarcane with an implant, but
don't
at
know.
least,
I don't know.
you know,
but,
I think dental care, and apparently there's so much can go wrong with the dental cavity.
that can cause
that
a
can
lot of
affect,
other,
yeah,
can
in-
affect
in
the
your
gut,
body.
the brain,
Yeah.
your
Mhm.
eyes, everything. So that is definitely a
Okay.
topic we're going to be exploring.
And
Some
you
of those.
you cannot go on YouTube and not listen to some or see so many topics on the brain.
Yes.
And I know you always talk about the brain versus the mind.
Yeah. The two
Yeah.
separate entities, they do different things.
And sometimes we argue back and forth as to which
yeah,
is
a
brain
lot
and
of
which is
people-
mind.
Things that I personally believe should be attributed to the mind.
Mhm.
People say, okay, it's the brain, but that's another topic. But
Mhm.
one of the things that is very, very important to the brain is oxygen.
Yep.
Right. And we're also going to be talking about that in depth as we go along.
Oh
Right.
my
We're going
God.
to be having an expert to talk about
Mhm.
that. All right.
Oh my gosh.
else?
Michael just sent in an email, and I'm glad that it's we can't show it, but it is hilarious. Talk about a penis head. Freddie, you started that, eh? Now you have everybody going crazy. Now, another area that I believe coming up for the next 6 months that we need to bring some guests on are the personal stories. I
Yes.
love personal stories. For example, my girlfriend, and I know she won't mind me calling her name. I've checked in with her already. And she says, Janet, I would love to do it. She's a cancer survivor.
Okay.
And she's been struggling with it for a few years, have done really, really well, and was just told that there is a flare up. It seems to be coming back.
Mhm.
And so, folks, we want to bring some of those stories where people are willing
Yeah.
to
Actual
talk to us
testimonials. People can,
about the
and their
journey.
experience, yeah.
The journey they go through. Because for those people who don't have any maladies, no particular disease, we take life so much for granted, don't we?
Yeah.
We take our health so much for granted. Work,
Mhm.
work for money, and then at the expense of your health.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, all the money you made,
Yeah.
you have to now spend that back to get your health back.
Our friend Theo,
Mhm.
he made a good reference to that. Actually, he says it often
Mhm.
that people spend so much time
Mhm.
going after money.
Mhm.
And then when they get old and sick, they spend a lot of time spending the money to go after
Mhm.
better health.
Right.
Right. Which
It's-
is so true.
Right.
It's all about prevention, all about maintenance. We maintain our cars, we maintain our motorcycles, our home. You know, you buy a home, you spend millions of dollars for a home,
Mhm.
and you realize that if you don't take care of it, we don't maintain broken parts, fix broken parts and stuff, eventually the whole thing is going to fall apart. So
Like our son's car, right?
yeah, perfect example.
Kofi,
Drive,
we're throwing
drive.
you under the bus, Kofi.
Yeah, drive, and then when it breaks down, he's angry at the car. Right. But for those of you that have just joined in, folks, today we don't have a guest, we're just rambling.
Mhm.
This is what we call Throwback Sunday. We are reminiscing on the things that we have done,
Mhm.
and we are
Talking about the things
talking
for
about
the
what
future.
we plan to do in the future as the show continues. And
Right.
we want to thank our listeners for being so loyal. So, you know, tuning in, writing us emails during the week, asking what's the next topic. And,
Mhm.
you know, it's encouraging. It's wonderful. Keep
And
them
if-
coming. We
yeah.
want to thank you for that.
And if they
And,
if any of our listeners have ideas that they think that they would like to hear about,
Yeah.
you know, that we could research or
Send us
invite
an
guests,
email. Right.
send in the emails.
We'll do the research and we'll do our
Yeah.
best to, you know, discuss.
Last week, I was at the mall and talking about people who have overcome so much. There were 3 friends. We were talking. My girlfriend Barbara runs a not-for-profit, Gift of Life,
Mhm.
and she sends medical equipment to developing countries, to Africa, to Jamaica. We have brought stuff to Jamaica. And there was just in passing, a lady said to me, geez, you seem so familiar.
Mhm.
And I get that all the time, by the way. And we got to talking, and she was also a teacher with TDSB. I was, and we were trying to figure it out. She says, you know what? Even if you were somebody I knew then, I wouldn't recognize you now, because she had a serious car accident.
Oh, wow.
And from that accident, she was totally went
Transformed.
back to a vegetable state where she had to learn every single
Wow.
thing over again. And the
Wow.
short-term memory, it's in and out. So she could be talking,
Mhm.
and then she would forget what the topic of the conversation is in,
Wow.
you know. So there's so many things that people have gone through.
Mhm.
Look at your friend, 3 car accidents that has totally ruined her back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we're hopefully, I would like to get her
Mhm.
on the show to give her testimonial as to how she managed to cope with
Yeah.
those conditions. And
And that's one of the products that we so recommend that we take on a daily basis,
Yeah.
that our friend Foster should be coming on to talk about.
yeah,
We
we're
just
gonna
have
be
to
talking
get about glutathione
Yeah.
and how helpful that is for the body, right? And finally, I will say finally, time is going.
Yeah.
Some of the other areas that I think we need to talk about and are the things that make us happy. We have talked about music, the activities that make us happy, but then in life, there are other things that make us happy. I know pets.
Mhm. No.
Do you have a dog?
No, don't need one.
Did you ever own a dog?
No,
Never in the Caribbean owned a dog?
no. I think I might have.
I don't know
I
anybody in the
might
world
have
who has
had a
never
little
owned a dog.
puppy.
Not in Canada necessarily, because for Caribbean people, we have a problem with them coming in the house. And
Yeah.
I know I have a problem with, I don't think I would like to pick up behind them, right? But I can understand why people love their pets.
But you know what I like?
For Westerners,
Yeah.
dogs are a part of the family. The cats and the dog, they're family now, right? And go ahead.
You know what I like when I was a kid.
Mhm.
I was fortunate enough to grow up with neighbors that had pigs.
Mhm. Oh,
And one of the things that I loved to do as a kid was play with the little piglets.
okay.
They're so cute, right?
Mhm.
And they're so agile, they're swift. We try to catch them, you can't catch them. They run all over the place, right? But I love them.
Mhm. Okay.
Not dogs.
Well, people here as well, they do have pets as pigs.
Yeah.
I mean, pigs as pets.
Oh, pets as pigs. Oh, okay. Yeah.
They do have pigs as
As
pets.
pets. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of our Liquid Green clients, she has ducks,
Mhm.
pigs, dogs, cats, and birds. That's
That's
a
a
little farm, a little
That's a little
zoo,
zoo.
right? Yeah, but then we have Kalo from the Menagerie Pet Store.
Yeah. Hopefully
We'll be able to
we're
hopefully
thinking of
bring
having
him
him on the
on
show. Yeah.
to talk about pets. They have a beautiful pet store in Cabbagetown,
Yeah.
right? And of course, travel. What do most people in the world like to do? Favorite vacation?
Travel. When you talk about travel, it's I don't know. There's something about traveling to other parts of the world that it elicits a feeling of joy and happiness and freedom,
Yeah.
right, within you. And it's something that I think everyone, if they have the opportunity, should visit some other part of this planet, right? Because traveling is therapeutic, right? It definitely has its health benefits, and we're going to be talking about the possibilities of, us putting together something to
Liquid Green Travel.
Yeah, to get away from the cold or the surroundings, get you out there, see other parts of this globe.
Yes.
Right, so
Gary will be able to do the show from Dubai or from
Wherever you'd
Trinidad.
like, you can do the show remotely. It doesn't matter where you are.
Right. Great.
Okay.
From the Gambia.
Yeah, the Gambia.
Okay.
That's a nice place. Okay.
This is a
We're coming down to the last few minutes of the show.
here's
Anything
an
else?
email. Here's
Yeah.
an email. Let's just go through these really quickly,
Okay.
and then hopefully these ones will stop.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Right.
change the jokes, right?
Okay, this one, oh my gosh, please be not offended if you're blonde. But a policeman sees a blonde driving and knitting at the same time. Aggravated, he pulls up beside her, rolls down his window. Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
Rolls
there it
down
is.
his window and yells, "Pull over." The blonde yells back, "No, silly, it's a scarf."
No, that's not how it's read.
Yeah, okay.
Aggravated. The cops was aggravated. So
Yeah.
he pulls up beside her and rolls down his window and he
And
yells,
says,
"Pull over."
And then she yells
That's-
back, "No,
No,
silly, it's a scarf." So what did I say wrong?
The intonation was wrong.
Okay. Gary, you missed out on our soundtrack.
No,
That was
because
that
was
was
the
too
cute joke,
bad.
though.
That
That was
was-
fine.
it was we didn't read it properly.
Oh, I read it properly.
Okay.
Okay. You may not agree, but I did. This is the kind of emails we like, though. This is from Emily. And honestly, this is my favorite type of email. It says, "Hi, Janet. How are you? It's Emily. Can I please order 2 cases of the cleaner? I need 8 bottles." And she asked us where to send it. See, do you like those
Yeah, that's
emails?
probably the best email we got so far. Now. Keep them
And
coming,
that's no
folks.
joke.
No, that's
right?
no joke. That's a very good order that came in there.
Okay,
For us.
so we just
That's
want
our
to thank-
throwback,
Mhm.
right? It's been wonderful, as I said earlier. The 7 months that we've been on air has been a learning experience, and I think I need to get to have some business cards or something, because today in the supermarket,
Mhm.
you know, a gentleman and I, we were kind of bantering around, and he said to me,
Mhm.
"Oh, what is it that caused you to?" I'm going to try and paraphrase, but
Mhm.
basically he was complimenting me on my voice.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "Well,
That
thank
voice
you."
that drives me
said,
crazy.
Yeah. I said, "Well, it's a gift."
Yes.
And actually, I do a radio show, and it's on every Sunday, and I give him the time, but I didn't have information to give to him.
Mr. Cox, shame on you. We have
I
printed.
didn't have it. So,
Let's show it. Let me see.
Yeah,
if
I didn't
can
have it.
find-
we don't have much time left,
Here.
but yeah, if you can
We're
see
going
this.
to email that to folks.
We're going to email this to folks. For the radio audience, you won't be able to see it, but basically what it is, it's a little
Card.
card that we have. It says Liquid Green Health Show, grow your business with us, and blah, 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 blah.
And so we can hand this out to anybody on the street, because
Yeah.
we enjoy the show. Judging from your comments, it is a benefit to so many that listen.
Yeah.
And we love doing it. So we're going to
Yeah.
continue,
We're gonna do-
right?
Okay, so folks, once again, if you've missed any of our past shows, you can catch it on the following platforms: Spotify, the Liquid Green
Could you
Health
go back
Show,
to
Facebook, the Liquid Green
Mhm.
Products Inc., and on YouTube, the Liquid Green Health Show.
Oh, I did realize we're really out of
Yeah,
time.
we're running out of
Because
time
if
now.
we did not mention again any of the guests we've had on, like not Yvonne, but Miss Codrington, they talked about nutrition, etc.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll
Just go to Spotify and you can see
and you'll see
all
all
the
of our
guests.
thing. Okay,
right?
so we need, we're going to be ending this broadcast today with this. Life is short,
Mhm.
so take your health very seriously,
Mhm.
right? Make it a priority. Make health priority 1 in your life. Okay, so
Mhm.
folks, until next Sunday, we want to say thank you. This is Janet and Fred saying, let's stay healthy. This is the Liquid Green Health Show on Reality Radio 101.
Great, we did it.
Thank you for listening to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts, Fred and Janet Cox, right here on Reality Radio 101.